Trump's military threats. Nigerian leaders urge government to strengthen security. In response to the US President Donald Trump's reported comment linking Nigeria to alleged persecution and killings of Christians, some Nigerian leaders have expressed concern over the country's deteriorating security situation. They urged the federal government to act swiftly in reinforcing internal security, promoting religious harmony, and safeguarding national sovereignty amid rising international scrutiny. Prominent Nigerian political figures, religious leaders, and a past head of state weighed in following US President Donald Trump's threat of possible military action against Nigeria over alleged human rights violations and religious persecution. President Trump's pronouncement labeling Nigeria as a country of particular concern have sparked reactions from both ruling and opposition party leaders. In his reaction, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, expressed concern over the threat, citing leadership failure as the major cause. Obi lamented the growing level of insecurity that has resulted in shocking losses of lives and property. Obi, who also served as a former governor of Anambra State, noted that while the insecurity did not start with the present government, what is most unfortunate is the lack and absence of competence, commitment, prudent use of resources, patriotism, and passion on the part of the APC-led government and its leaders to effectively govern and lead Nigeria. He thereby condemned the unprovoked killings and stressed the importance of protective measures for citizens, encouraging constructive engagement with the US. Similarly, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Johnson Wike, totally condemned Trump's statement as politics taken too far, describing them as misinformation designed to mislead the international community. He rejected claims of genocide and religious persecution, highlighting Nigeria's diverse security leadership.
Too far. The point is that I have always told everybody in 2015, under Jonathan, people capitalized on these kind of things to take over power. It happened. Now, the problem we have today is that by Mr. President's own nature of politics, you can see the collapse of the opposition. Now, the point I'm making is that it will be difficult for anybody. There's so many undercurrents going on. The opposition today has seen that, look, the way it is, no party is ready, no party is prepared to challenge the president's return to power.
Wike, who frowned at the type of politics played in Nigeria, expressed his readiness to welcome US and other countries' support in technology and intelligence rather than military intervention. Johnson Wike added that there may have been misinformation or distortion from some of the sources as he urged careful verification by the United States of America. In his reaction, the spokesperson of the African Democratic Congress (ADC), Bolaji Abdullahi, questioned whether the Nigerian government had made any real effort to correct the erroneous notion about Christian genocide in the country.
Who is in the room? But I'm saying that this report by the Americans said they approached the Nigerian government and told them that this is their concern, that Christians are being killed in Nigeria. Did Nigeria government make effort to correct this erroneous notion about Christian genocide in Nigeria? They didn't.
Abdullahi said, what truly matters is what happens within Nigeria's territory, what the president does, and how the government reacts to the slaughter of our citizens, even if it is one person.
But I don't see how we benefit from that. Can we control how America behaves? The answer is no. Can we control how American president behaves? The answer is no. What we can control is what happens within the territory of Nigeria, what the Nigerian president does, what the Nigerian government does, how we react to the slaughter of our citizens, even if it is one person.
It revealed that a terrorist group is operating for the first time in Kwara State, which it described as a gateway to the south, warning that if Nigeria fails to grasp the enormity of the crisis it faces, others will use that as an opportunity to kick us around. He advised Nigerians to look for balm to rub their wounds and face what matters. Abdullahi criticized the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) for being more concerned with denying allegations of Christian genocide than addressing the root of the problem. He said the APC appears to believe that once US President Donald Trump is convinced that there is no genocide in Nigeria, everything will be fine. According to him, that impression reflects the government's misplaced priorities. He added that beyond the blame game, it has become clear that the current security situation endangers both Christians and Muslims alike, stressing that the government must show humility and admit that whatever has been done in the past 2 years appears not to be working. In the same vein, the former Kano state governor and presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), Senator Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, also expressed deep concern over Trump's remarks, describing them as heightened pronouncement and urging a more constructive approach from the US. Kwakwanso stressed Nigeria's sovereignty and highlighted the complexity of its security challenges. He urged the US to provide cutting-edge technology and intelligence assistance rather than military threat. Kwakwanso further advised the Nigerian government to enhance its diplomatic engagement in order to find a lasting solution to the predicament. In his reaction, a former military head of state, Abdulsalam Abubakar, described Trump's comment as a grave threat to the country's hard-won unity and cautioned against rhetoric that could inflame tensions or undermine Nigerian sovereignty. He said, unity, wisdom, and diplomacy must take precedence over division and pride at this critical moment. Abubakar called on Nigerians to put aside their political, ethnic, and religious differences and unite in defense of the country's stability amid what he termed external pressure. Abubakar also stressed the importance of strategic engagement with the United States to de-escalate tensions and promote cooperation in addressing Nigeria's security challenges. In addition, a former Nigerian ambassador of the Philippines and veterinary broadcaster, Dr. Yemi Farumbi, a member of the People's Democratic Party Board of Trustees, Chief Bode George, have cautioned President Bola Ahmed Tinubu against visiting US President Donald Trump following the recent threat of military action against Nigeria over alleged killings of Christians. Ambassador Farumbi described Trump's remarks as a clear show of disregard for African nations, warning that President Tinubu should not rush to hold talks with the American leader. Farumbi blamed successive governments for failing to manage Nigeria's image abroad, noting that Catholic bishops and human rights groups have repeatedly presented statistics of Christians killed by militants before the US Congress and European Parliament without an effective diplomatic response from Nigeria. On his part, Chief Bodejo described Trump's statement as an early warning shot, urging Nigerian security agencies to take it seriously. He noted that while religious tensions exist in parts of Nigeria, the situation in the southwest remains largely peaceful due to interfaith harmony. George, who criticized the prolonged absence of Nigerian ambassador in key countries, including the United States, advised the federal government to strengthen internal security by creating state police and tackling unemployment, which he described as the root cause of rising criminality.